Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing very good. And if you're not, well, maybe you should color and get through it. No, I cannot tell you what to do when it's not going well. For me, when I don't do well, things are happening that are out of my control, let's say. And sometimes I don't feel like coloring, but I go ahead and just color. I push myself to just color. And it ends up getting me through what it is that I'm dealing with. So, yeah. Let's start with the sky, a blue sky for a blue mood. But actually, this sky is surrounded by beautiful colors that are very happy colors and, well, sugar. A lot of sugar on this page. I don't know about you, but for me, sugar always makes my day better. Oh boy. I'm actually admitting that. So here I'm with the 1086 Sky Blue Light. And so I'm going in everywhere. We've already done some of the shading from our last video. So let's get all of this done. This is maybe the third time I'm going in like this. All right. Then I'll go ahead with the blue slate very lightly because I don't want this sky to be too dark. Like this is going to be the darkest. And I really went over it with a lot of white to make sure that it's not too dark. All right, so I'm going to continue here very lightly with the blue slate 1024. Let's lighten this up a little bit here. We're going very lightly. And then we went in with the 1040 electric blue. Again, we went in very lightly. And I discovered this combo by using the kit, the new set that I just purchased. This one here. So the first tray is all highlights. And the second tray is all the shading. So this set is not made to be doing this background here, although if you know how to mix colors, maybe you can achieve this. It's very possible. I would have to start practicing to see if I can do that with these pencils. But for now, I'll just use some in my colorings, some of these pencils, and then eventually I might try this out. It would be a big challenge for me. It would take me completely out of my comfort zone, which is a good thing to do once in a while, right? To get out of our comfort zone. So this was one of the highlight colors, electric blue. So when you have like a combination, color combination, let's say you have 3 pencils. So you take, let's say in the blue, you'll take a dark blue for shading, a medium blue, and a light blue for the highlight. And that'll be your combo. So these ones have the lighter color for the highlight, and then we have the darker colors for the shading. So this was one of the shading in this set, the Ultramarine 902, which I'm adding here to the left side of my items, to the bottom. And to the left, and the bottom, and the left. And I also used the slate gray 935 for shading. It's also in the bottom tray. So those were my possibilities for what I'm doing here. So my highlights were the lightest, which is sky blue light, and then the blue aquamarine. Then I went ahead with the electric blue 1040, and for shading I used these 2 pencils here. So these are basically my highlighted colors and my medium color for blending, and these 2 here for my shading. So I can add these shading colors back to my set here, and then my top set here, I'll put back the highlight color. So I'm going to try to get to know this set during our coloring different colors, right? And eventually build up combos for that set. So I have a few ideas I find interesting. So I'm keeping the sky quite light actually, and it makes the clouds really stand out. I'm going heavy-handed so that these colors will really blend out. So I'm not keeping this pencil sharp because I'm going in very heavy-handed with it. That way the lead won't break. All right, so the sky is a little darker here, a little darker here. which is okay. A sky is never completely even. All right. Now let's take, let's go ahead and, okay, what did I use for that? All right. Let's go ahead and do our rainbow here. We'll start with a non-photo blue 919. We're going in lightly. And then we're going in with the blue slate. Again, very lightly. And then with the 1086 sky blue light. So much easier to blend when you're going in circles. And we'll go over that with some white. Make sure your tip is clean. You can rub your white pencil on a sheet of paper. There we go. I'm going over the Posca from yesterday. And I actually like the effect. Because the Posca was put on yesterday, I'm not rubbing it off with the pencil. It's just making the transition between the two colors is prettier for my taste. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going on the white Posca. So some of the colors mixing on the white Posca. I can go in circles. Same here. I'll go in circles and just go ahead and color over the Posca. It'll make it look even more natural. Although this rainbow is far from realistic. Who needs a realistic image? Sometimes it's fun to have a fantasy, to just daydream. Make a wish because there's a beautiful rainbow here. Very nice. I like it. That is kind of funny when I'm like talking about my work. Oh, I like my work. I love what I'm doing. Talk about confidence. Jeez. Well, I might as well take advantage of that while it lasts, right? Some days we have less confidence and other days more. Some good water. Now, these hills here, we have another one here, so we'll go ahead. We'll start with the 992 Light Aqua on the bottom here. So like this and like this. About 3/4 in. We know that the left side is the shaded area, so I'm taking the darkest of my trio combination, which is the 905 Aquamarine. I'm just putting that in here. And for this one, I'm going to add some Grass Green 909 just at the bottom here. I can go ahead in the shaded area as well. This will make it its own color. I'm going to add some grass green here on this one as well. Get some extra shading down here and on the side here and on the side here, on the side here. Okay, so now I could go in with the sap green light 120 and just blend all this out. I'll just do the bottom. Blending all of that out. Okay. With our lightest light green 920, we will go in the lightest area here, and then we'll go down onto our darker areas. Let's get some white and blend this in. So what I was forgetting is to have some shaded area here because it's under this mountain here. Well, this little mountain is higher than this one, so a bit like when we colored the snow. Let's blend that out. Let's blend it up with the light green 920. So my shaded is 992. And I'm blending that out with a 920 light green. I can just go ahead and do what I'm doing right now until I like the shade that I'm getting. So let's continue with the white because the top of the slope here will be lighter than the bottom. There we go. Now let's do the next slope. If we decide to start with the lightest color, that will be on the top here. The light green will be on the top. And the next light is 992, so we'll blend that downwards. And then we'll use the grass green. Where are you? There you are, for the shading. So the left side of each item. The left side here. So shading with the same color as the palette you're coloring there in your combo. Your darkest color in the combo is your shading color. So now I'm going in with the 992 Light Aqua, blending all this out, blending all of the shading out. Okay, this little area here. And then with the light green, I will go ahead and shade everything. I will blend everything. I'm not shading now, I'm blending. Okay, so with the grass green, I'm going to make it a little bit darker at the bottom of this hill. So I'm using the grass green 909. I'm going to blend that out with the 992 Aqua. So you can see all the layers that I'm doing here. That's because the paper can take it. So Johanna Basford books are good for this kind of coloring, where you're adding layer over layer. And the latest on top. There we go. So you'll notice this hill here is darker than this one, because I'm trying to go darker with the grass as we're up front here. Where it's further away, I'm going lighter. All right, so let's start with our lightest here. So from what we just said, well, is that this hill is much lighter because it's further away. So I don't hesitate to go in once in a while with the white and continue lighting this up, making this lighter. I'm keeping the tip of this pencil flat. It's much easier for me to go and press in hard and get this white there. Okay. So here I was with my lightest. And then with my light aqua 992. And then my darkest, the grass green, I will use at the bottom here. And I will shade on the left sides. Also underneath. Okay, so the underneath here is darkest. I will blend that out with the light aqua. And this one under the mushroom is darker. So I'm going to go ahead with that grass green under here. And then with the light aqua, I will blend it out. So underneath, to the left, underneath. So when I'm blending out with the aqua, so I'm going to go in with the white over here. It's much too dark for me. Just this here. I can go around here just to soften that white line. Let's just go with the grass green a little bit darker here. I'm going to use the Prismacolor blender just to make sure this is nice and blended, because I could feel the wax was building up and I don't like when that happens. So I just want to make sure that everything's blended. There we go. All right, so we're going to start with our darkest green over here. Oh, I'm gonna have to zoom out just to make sure that I'm in the camera view. Okay, there's like little hills. So I'm just going to go ahead and work those out. Okay. Over here. Okay. Now where these little hills are, we're going to make it a little bit darker on the top of each. So this is a very happy page with happy colors and lots of sweet stuff to make you happy. Warning, you'll want to eat more sugar when you finish with this. You've been warned. All right, so to blend that out, we'll use the light aqua 992, and we'll go ahead and blend that out. I don't know why, but I feel like doing a live stream. Even if just one person feels like chatting, that would be fine. And I could ask questions like, do you watch these videos because you want to color something? Have you chosen a tutorial to color something? Or you prefer to listen, you enjoy just putting this on and doing your housework or cooking or whatever it is you like to do. I guess with a live feed, you get to exchange and maybe talk about what future plans you have for this channel, what coloring page is going to be done next. You can actually get some scoop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some light aqua up here. One of my favorite colors, light aqua. Okay. Underneath the each little hill here, I'm going to go in right away with some white, just to make sure that I keep a lighter area here. I'm going ahead and blending some of that color down here. I'm picking up the color up here and I'm coming down. So I am getting a very light tint. So when we talk about stepping out of our comfort zone, all right, first 920 light green. Coloring in coloring books is actually difficult for a lot of people because they love their coloring book and it's so beautiful. They're scared to mess it up. I say, go ahead, mess it up, color it, all of it. And then when you're finished, or when you feel you need a new book because you don't like what you've done or you've messed it up or whatever, buy a new one, you know? So during that whole process, you've actually colored something and your experience is getting better and better and better as you're coloring. So the second book, if you do decide to do a page, will be that much better. I mean, it can take a long time to color a book, so by the time you decide, okay, I want a new book, you know, you've had time to enjoy your hobby. I am going in heavier handed. I'm burnishing at the same time. Of course, every time I do a tutorial, I'm out of my comfort zone because I've never done this palette before. So I'm trying out new things. I'm coloring some items that I've never colored before. Of course, when I choose a page, some of the items there I have colored in previous. So at least I know that I'll be able to get a decent job done. But it's a whole page, like, and so I just step forward. Go ahead, try it. Worst comes to worst, you start a different page. There we go. I can go in the lightest areas here, the white. All right. So let's get these candy canes done. We'll do them like this here in the blue. So the bottom here, I'm going to do with the blue Non-photo 919, skip one, blue, skip one, blue. So blue, skip one, blue, skip one. I'm going to continue this little area here with my Prismacolor blender. And I see that there's still tooth there. Okay, so the non-19, blue, skip one, now let's get the Posca pen out. Let's do each little one here that separates each section, and then we go around. The lollipop, we will go ahead and do that. I can see that this needs some burnishing here. Okay, you were working a second ago. Okay. I'm going to take the non-photo blue and go back into those little areas, get a little bit more color. So this one should be a little dry. Had time to dry there. Oops. Make a mistake. It does not matter. There. Okay, those cookies have some in this area here. We have the house and then some over here. The cookie here, and then I guess the blue cookie would be there. I guess this would be the blue cookie. Let's fade that out with the white. So we have a mixture. There we go. With the aquamarine, I'm going to darken here for some shading. I'm thinking that the cookie is probably lower here, so that means there would be shading. It would be darker on the bottom here. Did I just go over my cookie here? Okay, I have these lollipops, so on the left side I'm going to put some shading on the bottom here, on the bottom there, on the left side. Whoops, this would be the left side here. And that lollipop in the front is causing some shade. I'll just do each line here. I'll take the 1086 Sky Blue Light. Add some color here, in between here, in between there. All right, our Posca is going to make this look beautiful. So let's, sorry if I'm hiding the view a bit. When I'm putting in the Posca, I have to go in closer. I'm going to put in a bit of white here just to make it a little bit more dramatic. Okay. Let's go up to the rainbows here with the 920. Let's sharpen that up. The darkest will be the Aquamarine 905 on the left side here. And the middle color will be the Aquamarine 992, the light Aquamarine. So we'll blend all of this together. Everything blends in together much better when you do circles. And we'll go in with the white. I'll sharpen it a little bit here. I'm going in circles. So is anybody going to be coloring this page? Are you going to be following part of the tutorial or all of the tutorial? Okay. I think I'm going to go in with the violet. So, the lightest color in the violet was the 934 lavender. After that, we had the lilac 956. If you're looking for the number of the replacement, it's either the 1105 or the 1104. If you look at my description of this video, you will be able to find the number. So this is the Parma violet. And I will not put the violet, I'm going to keep this lighter. I'm cleaning the tip of my white. If I go over the black line, I might not even need to put Posca actually, which is exactly what's going on right now. There we go. Our magical rainbow. There we go. Do you like? I can say that I like this very much. Okay, what needs to be done? Let's get the lightest light green 920, and we will put the lightest on top. And then with the second color, the light aqua, and with the darkest, we will just do a little smile here. So I left some white between the smile and the edge, the black line. And with the white, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out, leaving, I don't want to lose that letter, that smile. So I'm blending and being very careful with the smile. All right. So that's gonna look fine. Let's put some Posca. Again, I'm sorry if I'm hiding you from seeing what I'm doing, but the Posca sometimes seems to work better when I'm like right on top of it. Let's do this line here. All right, the windows, we will go in with the slate blue 1029. So we can do the whole window here. And go ahead and do this before I forget. So we're whiting out the black line. So the blue slate for this window. We can go ahead and make a little line like this and like that. Sometimes when we look through glass windows, we have this little white line there. There's a little window here, over here. Let's go ahead and make this blue with the blue slate, and this up here. Let's go in with the Poscas. And with the non-photo blue, we will go ahead and just put the shading on the left side, going in very lightly to the right, so darker on the left and lighter on the right. We need some Posca on this line here. Okay, so we need to do this line here. I'm going to add a bit of grass green here to really get this just a little bit darker for the beginning of that hill. And we'll blend that out. Let's try with the 1086 Sky Blue Light. Okay. Okay, we have to do this. Let's take out the goldenrod 1034. So this is just so tiny. I'm going to go ahead and put the Posca on the line here and the black line here. And then just maybe every second one over here. The top of the hill here will be Posca. We're going to Posca the line. It's getting Posca. There. Sometimes we just have to be patient. There we go. The door, I want the door blue. Blue, blue, blue. So non-photo blue. We'll go over the lines. We'll go around. We'll go up in little lines. We'll go in with the aquamarine. Continue those little lines going up. Let's do this line here and do side lines like that. Where's our blender? We'll blend the dark areas. We'll leave the white intact, whatever is left from the white. So I'm with the Prismacolor blender. So with the Pascal, we will go around this window here. Okay, am I forgetting anything? I feel like I could maybe make this a bit more like this, but then I do like it light like that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that. And with the 1086 sky blue light, wherever it's white here, I'm going to keep that as light as possible. That little door handle I would actually do in black, but I don't feel like going to get it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my shading pencils and look at the colors. I'm going to take the dioxazine purple hue. So I'm going to take that and just go ahead and do the little, see? This is a very dark purple, right? Oh boy, it's almost black. So this is definitely a good shading color. But because my my page, I've done mostly to be lighter colors, then I would not really use this one so much. Although right now, I seem to be using it. Oh. We do get more how would I say, dimension. So that's looking okay. All this with our shading set. That's looking fine. Okay, so with our stickles, so this stickles is Cool Mint. Acid-free for paper crafting, non-toxic, non-settling, easy flow tip. It's by Ranger. So I got this on where do I want to put it? Okay, these little lines here. I got these on Amazon. They were a set of 6. And because I do really, really like blues and teals, I said, I have to have this set. So look how pretty these colors are. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's take the crystal, acid-free for paper. Let's add some of this to our trees. So the more you put on, the more that it'll dry up with like little bumps. Which makes it hard to color on the next page. So you have to put maybe a couple of sheets of paper if that was the case. But I know that I don't color every page in the book, so I can accept to not color every page and leave some with stickles, even if it's bumpy. So you can put this on quite thickly. It's fun if you're actually going to frame a picture as well. It'll be protected by the glass. Let's do just the bottom of the rainbow. Upwards, upwards, upwards. So you have to let that dry for a while because I've laid it on thick. Let's see, can you see anything from the camera if you're moving your page? Let's make sure we have full view here, right? We deserve a full view here. So maybe if I close this light as well. So for me, this page is shining. It's beautiful. Very, very nice. Please like and subscribe to this video. I appreciate all of your help. And give me some news. Let me know, will you be coloring this page? Question mark. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.